Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day, where we're covering Action Comics 160, Superman's Aunt Minerva. Yes, Jonathan Kent, here actually referred to as Jonathan Kent, as the last time Jonathan's name had been referenced in Superman. I do think it had been referenced as Jonathan before, was in Action Comics 132. I had to go back and look this up, and I had it written down somewhere, thank God, because most of the time I don't remember where these things specifically happened. In that time travel story, Superman went back in time and saw his father as a child with his grandfather, Hiram, and Jonathan's name was referred to as Silas Kent. So yes, his name is Jonathan here. We just need to make that established. The last time his name was mentioned, it was Silas Kent. She is Jonathan's younger sister and has come to look after Superman as like an old, doting, motherly character, which is annoying because she's worried about him at all times and looking after him. Now, this sort of sets up the kind of story that where the conflict is, it's hard for Clark to become Superman and do what he needs to do because there's someone watching him the whole time. This is a type of story that has surprisingly not been used as much as you would think. The other inherent problem with this story is, at least at this time in the Golden Age, they give up on that story pretty quickly. It's set up, but then it's never particularly all that hard for Superman to become Superman because, well, they want Superman to be Superman because that's generally the more entertaining part of the comic. But I'd actually be hard-pressed to actually say this is one of those comics. It gets removed pretty quickly. And even when it's sort of a stipulation there, it's mostly ignored there too. So Minerva moves in with him. And yeah, there's some difficulty with him trying to get away and him blowing off her glasses so she can't see him. But honestly, the biggest problem she causes for him during this portion of the comic is that her pet parrot overhears Clark repeating Clark Kent is Superman over and over again in his nightmare and is repeating it when he comes out. Which a parrot just repeating that over and over again is not like great evidence. But Clark is able to add friend to the end of it, so the parrot is constantly going, Clark Kent is Superman's friend. There's even like a pause. It's a little funny. Not haha, but it's more effective than a lot of stuff that's in Superman at this time. But right after that, he's able to deal with a whole bunch of chaos caused by very thick fog, here interpreted in at least two panels as being black and white. That's how they depicted fog. But he's completely able to be Superman for a while until Aunt Minerva reads the story. And that's when the real conflict of what ends up being the story shows up. You know, more than like 2/3 of the way through the comic. That's a problem. So she's complaining that it was wrong to put Clark in such dangerous places, even though that's his job. She's gonna get him fired. Though I guess he should go back being a farmer? Does she want him to go back being a farmer? This is never established. But she does have a suitor, a man by the name of Zachary, or Zachariah. He doesn't really matter all that much. He's just a means to an end to get rid of Minerva. So Superman goes up to him and tells him, I'm going to do something to impress her. So they go to like this stunt show where her suitor pretends to be a stuntman and performs dangerous stunts in the car, but it's actually Superman in the car. And after it seems like it's wrecked and that he's dead, he comes out and reveals he's Superman. And she's so overjoyed that her suitor is still alive, she has to be with him. But she doesn't want to leave Clark. But don't worry, Superman says he'll look after him. Very convenient of him to look after Clark. And he doesn't do a good job. The amount of times he's had to pretend he's dead or on vacation, man. Oh man, Superman needs to come up with better excuses if he disappears for long periods of time. That is the Minerva story, which is hampered by it not knowing exactly what story it wants to go for. It wants the Superman adventure stuff, but that isn't really a story. It's just set pieces in the middle of what seems to be maybe two stories. The first one not exactly resolved, and the second one resolved but comes like 2/3 of the way through the comic, so it's not much of a story. It's meandering. Okay, that is it from Action Comics 160, Superman's Aunt Minerva. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when a new video is up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story and other Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the Man of Tomorrow? What happened to Aunt Minerva? I would like more Aunt Minerva adventures. Okay, have a great day.